Hello, and how's everyone doing today? Welcome to the channel if you're new, and if you're a returning viewer, I'm glad to have you back. It's been a while since I've done Justin Talks Games, but today we're going to do Resident Evil 3, like I said all those days ago. So grab your drinks, grab your snacks, and let's get into this. So Resident Evil 3 Remake. It's a hit and miss. More of a miss for me. I know a lot of people like it. In my opinion, it's not all that great. They did change some things. Actually, they changed a lot of stuff. They took away some stuff. Just overall not very good. They also changed the lore of Nemesis a bit. I really don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Because they are now saying, sorry about that, that Nemesis is using a recreated Las Plagas parasite or something. Apparently there's some information or something on Resident Evil Resistance. You have to check that out yourself. I don't play it, so I can't talk too much about that. But yeah, they changed a lot of Resident Evil 3. They took out the dead factory. It's a whole lab in there now. They changed a lot of stuff. I'm not going to go into too much about that because it'll be basically just me complaining about it not being very good. So let's just talk about some things that are good. The gameplay was pretty good. It was more loose than Resident Evil 2. So going back to Resident Evil 2, it's not all that difficult, but when you go to do the dodge, you end up pulling out the knife or something, and it's very, very weird. There's no glitches in Resident Evil 3 that I've noticed, with the exception of the one that popped up actually last night when I was playing it. I was knifing the Nemesis and doing the perfect dodge, and Jill would slash the knife in a 360 degree, like completely away from him, so she wouldn't do that. It was really weird. Gameplay was pretty good. I don't know how I feel about Carlos's new look. So whenever I play, I like to play with the original, the original outfit. Same with Jill. For her original one, I didn't really like the STARS outfit all that much either, but it slowly started to grow on me, so I do like it a bit. The graphics are good, but again, they're also toned down from Resident Evil 2. If you play Resident Evil 2 and then you play Resident Evil 3, you'll notice that the textures and stuff, they look a lot better in 2. Especially with lickers and zombies and stuff. Just the overall textures are better. The gore system and stuff is completely toned down. You shoot an arm or a leg off a zombie in Resident Evil 2, it'll literally just tear right off the bone and hit the ground, and it'll stay there. It won't disappear. In Resident Evil 3, if you shoot an arm or a leg off, it disappears into the abyss. It goes into oblivion. You'll never see it again. Even body shots and stuff are toned down a lot too. Textures of enemies as well. Like if you were to go into the model viewer, and if you look at the licker in Resident Evil 2, and if you look at the viewer in 3, the textures for the liquor aren't that great. I'm not too sure what else to say about this game. It's a lot shorter, I guess. I know original 3 was pretty short as well, but the fact that they cut out, I think it was downtown or uptown, whatever one it was. There's a lot of stuff missing in 3 that could have made it amazing. So looking at 3, I kind of give 2 a bit more slack. I mean, most of the stuff was there. in terms of content. Yeah, the 2 scenarios, or I should say the 4 scenarios, are chopped down to just 2, but everything's there. I mean, you got the you got the sewers, you got the lab, you got obviously the police station, Kendo's gun shop, even little things like the alleyway with where you go on the bus in the original one. The bus is in there on Claire's. If you same with the basketball court in Claire's as well. So like just little details and stuff are still there. So I kind of forgive them for not putting the second section of the lab in there. I'm still kind of picky about the tyrant, though. I didn't really like that they only gave him the 1 arm when he's supposed to have the 2. But looking back at 2 compared to 3 now, it's not all that great. Apparently they're doing Resident Evil 4. That's been talked for a couple days now, at least a week, I'd say. From what I understand, it's the same team who did Resident Evil 3. Actually, there was 2 teams who did Resident Evil 3. I think it was 2K and another one I can't remember. That and the internal team who did Resident Evil 2 as well. So there's a lot bigger team working on 4. I'm hoping it'll turn out good, though. Because looking at 2 and then looking at 3, and I mean, if we have a bigger team, and Resident Evil 4 is a bigger game, I mean, you know. Now, there are some things I'd be okay with changing looking at it. I know before I was talking to some people, excuse me, and I was saying, oh, they're going to change the way Ashley looks, they're going to change her outfit, this and that, blah, blah. Realistically, I'd be okay if they did. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me, really. I hope they bring back the voice actor who did the Resident Evil 2 remake. He did a very good job. That'd be really cool. I hope they don't tone down the gore system, though. Although with the new engine, it might be difficult to do some of these things, which is understandable. I mean, if they can't do it, that's different. If it's just the fact that they didn't want to do it, that's a bit, you know. Kind of going back to Resident Evil 2 for a second. With Resident Evil 2, they were considering not putting the alligator in, and everybody flipped out. And it wasn't the fact that they couldn't do it. It was very hard to do. So they are contemplating it because it'd be too hard with the new engine, which is understandable. But yeah, so I think it'd be really cool. One thing I am looking forward to, though, is, and I'm hoping they do it and it's not just going to be half-assed, kind of like the remastered or HD Resident Evil 4. And everybody loves that. Everybody was flipping out. Oh, it's so good, so good. They were very lazy with Resident Evil 4 HD. Yes, Leon's campaign looks good, and the cutscenes are very, very nice, and the gameplay, compared to the GameCube, it's nice and stuff. But if you look at Ada's, the gameplay is nice, but they didn't touch the cutscenes. They're all ripped from the PlayStation 2, and it's very out of place, and it's very lazy. But like I was saying, hopefully on the remake, hopefully they do add Ada's story. It'd be really cool to see Wesker in the new engine as well. Yeah. I also got some information. Apparently Code Veronica remake is also in the works as well, and we'll see that in 2023. That's pretty interesting. So hopefully that'll turn out. I'm pretty excited to see the Chris versus Wesker fight at the end in the Antarctic. That'd be really interesting. I really hope they don't turn that into a boss fight, to be honest. I'd really like that to stay cutscene. I think that'd be pretty kick-ass. So I didn't really say too much about Resident Evil 3 because I really don't know what to say. It wasn't my favorite Resident Evil. Sorry about that. It wasn't my favorite Resident Evil remake. Resident Evil 1 remake's definitely my favorite one, for sure, out of all the remakes. But Resident Evil 3 didn't hit the mark for me. I don't want to make this video all complaining and stuff, so I don't want to go on and on and on. But if you have any comments or anything like that, feel free to let me know, and I'll really try hard to keep up with making these videos again, because I miss making Justin Talks games. But yeah, so that's all I really have to say about Resident Evil 3. It wasn't all that much, unfortunately. But if you have any comments about Code Veronica Remake, Resident Evil 4 Remake, 3 Remake, anything like that, or even suggestions of Resident Evil games that I should talk about in Justin Talks games, or even Devil May Cry games that I could talk about in Justin Talks games, feel free to leave a comment. So yeah, if you like this video, feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, all that funny kind of stuff, and I hope y'all have a great day. Peace out.